Hello dear watch freaks and welcome back to my channel, the Uhrenbox aka the Watchbox. My name is Karga and today we're gonna review the St. Martin GMT vintage diver. If you missed the unboxing, you can check it over here, and as I said there, I think this is the best GMT from China right now, because the first version, the normal GMT version which they brought on the market, has not a magnifier from St. Martin, and the Chronos version has a date frame and a magnifier. So in my opinion, in my eyes, both watches don't look good. But this vintage GMT watch looks really fantastic. As you saw on the unboxing, I was really excited and I'm really happy. But let's get into the video and make this review. Alright guys, so let's start this review and get into the watch. If you're curious about my watch winders, I got them from watchwindermall.com. The link is in the description. I'm an affiliate partner, so I don't get any sponsoring of them or anything else. But you can get a 15% off if you use my code and the link in the description. And yeah, these two guys are on sale. You really should check out if you want to have a watch winder right now. They have Christmas sale and you can get an extra 15% off. I think that's a really good deal. So let's go into the watch. Let's measure it, and we begin with the case diameter. The case diameter is just 40 millimeter. Yeah, I measured sometimes a little bit wrong, so here you go, it's 40 mil. But if we measure it on the top, the bezel, we got 41 millimeters, and this is because the bezel stands half millimeter on each side out. That's a really good thing, because as you can see, even with my silk gloves, I can rotate the bezel without any problems. That's just freaking awesome, and this doesn't make the watch too much bigger or anything, but you have an incredible grip on this bezel. It's really fantastic. I really loved it. The lug to lug distance is just 48 millimeters and has a height of typical 13.5 millimeter, which is more or less always the same in those Rolex Hommage. And the lug width is just 20 millimeters. The movement inside this watch is really interesting. And no, it's not an NH35. So it's a Hangzhou 6460. It has the same build weight as the ETA 2836, which means we have a high beat movement. So this has 28,800 beats per hour. It means it ticks, the second hand ticks 8 times every second, and this gives your second hand a sweeping which is butter smooth. And as you can see, it's running really nice. The lower beat movements like an NH35 is beating with 21,600 beats per hour, which means it ticks 6 times per second, and it's not as smooth as this one, but in the end, your naked A can't really see the difference, I would say. These are some deeper informations for newer followers or for followers who are coming new into watches. But here another crazy thing, and this is also interesting for all the watch freaks. This movement is running like a chronometer. Look at this fantastic rates on the time grapher. 0 to +2 seconds I had, and right out of the box. Crazy, really crazy. After getting so positive experiences with the PT5000, this Hangzhou movement is rounding that Chinese high beat section completely up for me. If you have any further questions, so please write in the comment section. I can also start a Q&A session if you guys like that and you guys want to know more about the movement or anything else. I mean, you can ask everything you want. The watch provides 200 meters water resistance, so it's perfectly for every water activity you want to do until 200 meters. Don't go deeper, guys. This version comes with Swiss C3 Superluminova, and yeah, you guess, it will tell you the time through the night. And should I say it again? Yeah, they use C3 to get this yellowish greenish color, because to get this vintage look and also get a good look, you need to use the C3. The BGW9 is white, so it doesn't look like a vintage watch if you use BGW9. That's just as easy as I said. So then we have a unidirectional GMT bezel with 120 clicks. So let's hear these clicks. Yeah, almost as crisp as the Sub Hommage, but I think the Sub Hommage had a slightly better or more louder sound as this one, but the response and the haptic is really same. About the GMT bezel, it's not a diving bezel, yeah, you have 24 hours as marking, so you can rotate. Normal GMT watches have a bidirectional bezel, so you can move it very fast to the hour you want to set, and that's it. So if you want to set it to 6 AM in the morning, you can set this one, your main, to 6 hour, or the GMT hand. It doesn't matter, you can use as you like, so choose the best option how it fits you the most. But I will set the main always as main hometown, and the red one I will use for a second time zone. And if I go to any other wear, then you can use the bezel and just rotate to where you want to have it. So it's a little bit different as from the diving bezels, where you just count your diving time. It's a little bit different. It's also information, maybe you guys want to know more, so you can ask me in the comments. I can do a video about the bezels. Let's go into the review again, because a few people getting boring, I'm sure. The bezel insert is not ceramic on this version, as you can see, and as I also thought on my unboxing, it's Sapphire Crystal. So let's test also the Sapphire Crystal here. We got a strong reading on the glass itself, and we also get a strong read on the bezel insert. So it's still a scratch resistant bezel, and in a very nice Pepsi color. And yes, they call this bezels Pepsi because of the red and the blue, like red black is called Coke, or black blue Batman, green black the Kermit, so that's all the names. The numbers in the bezel are also full of C3 Superluminova, so check out this wonderful lume shot, guys. I think it's really, really nice. What do you guys think? Nice lume or not? A slightly domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. Really, really legible. Everything on this watch except the glass and the bezel is made of 316L stainless steel. And looks really, really fantastic. The case finish is brilliant. I mean, look at this really fine brushing over here. You guys see that? It looks just awesome. I mean, it's really, really well done. And then you see on the top, the sides, those polished corners, which begins really slightly and are getting bigger onto the lux. It looks just fantastic. I really love this little detail on this case. This makes the watch so adorable. I think is really, really nice. The back of the case is also wonderfully brushed and very solid. The sad thing about this case back, yeah, you know, no engravings of anything. Even a small shark will do it for me. Really, but there is nothing. But I mean, in the end, Rolex is selling their watches for over 10,000 euros and they also don't have any engravings on the case back. So why should St. Martin do it? Why not? Is the question, right? And the king of bracelets is still St. Martin and no other Chinese brand so far. This bracelet is just as sick as it can get. It is not as fat as the Sub bracelet, which I have reviewed. You can check the V3 review over here. The look of the bracelet is like an oyster band, but it wears like a jubilee. Really, really nice and awesome. It's so comfortable. As mentioned, we have 20 mil lug width and the bracelet tapers down to 16.5 millimeters. But 16.5 millimeters to the normal clasp. So let me get a little bit more in. Those are the normal links, and you guys know they had a problem to use the last two micro adjustments on the vintage Submariner, so they put a new link here. It's a fixed link, so it's another link. It's not as thick. This one has not those side profiles like the normal bracelet, so it doesn't stand too much out and goes perfectly into the clasp. So this one has 16 millimeters. But in the end, we are talking about the bracelet, which is really useful. So it's 6.5, and at the clasp we have 18 millimeters. The dial, let's see, we have a matte dial, which is very legible thanks to that AR coating, so less reflections here and very, very legible. Everything on the dial is printed and very crisp. You find the name of the manufacturer right under the 12. Printed in a script art just above the 6 you find the words GMT, automatic and 200 meters. No date, thankfully. So the watch looks very symmetric, and like I said, on the other watches they don't get it right. The one without magnifier, the other one with magnifier, and the date frame really bad. But this guy looks so fantastic. It's just an awesome piece, yeah, really nice. The crown is very well done. It could be a little bit bigger for my taste, but it's fine and well embossed with the shark logo. Yeah, what an awesome piece. Really nice. And I think it's time for the Karga score. Let's go. The build quality is excellent, therefore I give a 7 out of 10. It could be an 8, but the bezel should be bidirectional instead of unidirectional, as a GMT always should be. For the specifications, let's do a 7 out of 10. The sapphire bezel insert is nice, but I would like to have a ceramic bezel insert, and the look gets a solid 8 of 10. Sure, I said I would like to see a ceramic bezel insert, but to get this vintage GMT look, I think they done it right to choose Sapphire Crystal bezel to get this effect of a gilt bezel, and also the newness to make a bezel which illuminates completely. And at least value of cost, a nice 7 out of 10. So totally we have a solid 29 of 40 points, and I think that's a really great score for a very nice watch. So you like GMT watches, you like a Pepsi, but you hate the date window, then you should, and I mean you really should, consider to buy this watch. And if you're gonna buy this watch, please click the link in the description so I get a small commission from AliExpress. If you use my link, you will also find every watch which I have reviewed in the past. Thank you very much for your support, and use the comment section if you have any questions. And guys, I wish you and your families a Merry Christmas. Stay healthy and keep watching. Thanks, and see you next week. Your Karga.